Hi everyone, and a very warm welcome to our channel and a brand new travel adventure. If you are new to the channel, we're so happy to have you here. On this channel, we explore beautiful destinations, share travel experiences, tips, and complete journey videos to help you plan your own trips better. So make sure to subscribe and join us for more travel adventures.
So, without further ado, let's set sail and begin our adventure. Welcome to Cordelia.
Our Cordelia Cruises journey begins from Bangalore as we make our way to Cochin by train. With our bags packed and excitement building, we headed to the railway station, ready to start this much-awaited trip. The train journey itself felt like the perfect beginning, watching the city slowly fade away, enjoying the changing views outside the window, and counting down the hours until we reach Cochin. Cochin is where our cruise adventure truly begins, but this train ride from Bangalore already sets the mood for the journey ahead.
We have finally reached Cochin, and from here we headed straight to our hotel to rest for the night, as our Cordelia cruise journey begins the next day. For our stay, we checked into Casino Hotel by CGH Earth, and the moment we arrived, it felt so peaceful and calm. After coming from the busy city life of Bangalore, this place gave us the perfect break. Quiet surroundings, a relaxed atmosphere, and a serene vibe that instantly helped us unwind. It was the ideal place to freshen up, relax, and get a good night's rest before starting our exciting cruise adventure the following day. So for tonight, it is all about slowing down, enjoying the peaceful stay in Cochin, and getting ready for our much-awaited Cordelia Cruises journey tomorrow.
The next day, we woke up early, excited for the journey ahead. We started our morning with a delightful breakfast at the hotel, enjoying a relaxed meal before the big day began. After breakfast, we quickly got ready, packed our things, and prepared ourselves for the cruise experience we had been waiting for from the hotel. We then made our way to the Cordelia cruise boarding point at the International Port Terminal, where our journey was about to begin. The excitement was slowly building up because this was the moment where our trip truly started, from a peaceful stay in Cochin to stepping closer to our beautiful cruise adventure.
This trip happened during the post-pandemic period after COVID, so things were still being handled with extra care and caution. Before heading to the cruise terminal, we were advised by the management not to take any chances and to follow all the necessary safety precautions. Since travel had only recently started feeling normal again, we made sure to be extra careful, follow the guidelines, and keep everything ready before boarding. Even though the excitement for the cruise was high, safety came first. So we took all the precautions seriously and made sure we were prepared for a safe and smooth journey ahead.
Once we reached the International Port Terminal, we were asked to wait in the designated waiting area. Since it was quite sunny and humid, the cruise team had set up a tent for the convenience of the travelers, making it a little more comfortable while everyone waited for their turn. After some time, our group was called to enter the immigration center. From there, the formalities began. Our documents were checked. Details were verified, and everything was carefully reviewed to make sure it was all in order. Once the verification process was completed, the excitement started building up even more because we were finally ready to board the cruise. And just like that, we were all set to step on board and officially begin our Cordelia Cruises journey.
Before boarding the ship, we also took some time to click lots of pictures and capture the excitement of the moment. With the cruise right in front of us and the journey about to begin, we didn't want to miss the chance to take a few memorable shots. From the terminal area to the beautiful view of the ship, every moment felt special. After all, this was our first glimpse of the cruise up close, and we wanted to capture as many memories as possible before finally stepping on board.
After taking plenty of pictures and videos, we were given a ride towards the cruise on a battery-operated passenger cart, which made the boarding process even more convenient and comfortable. And finally, the moment had arrived. We boarded the cruise and officially began our Cordelia cruise's journey. As soon as we entered, we were welcomed with refreshing welcome drinks, which felt perfect after the sunny and humid weather outside. After enjoying the drinks, we made our way up the stairs towards the main lobby area, ready to explore the ship and begin our cruise experience. After reaching the main lobby area, we first headed towards our room to keep all our hand carry bags and settle in for a while. Our main luggage had already been collected earlier and would be delivered to our room by the staff after the required check-in process. The cruise staff then guided us to our room and gave us a brief explanation about the room setup, the basic facilities, and most importantly, where the life jackets were kept. We were also informed that after some time, a general alarm would be sounded as part of the safety procedure. Once the alarm went off, all guests would be asked to assemble at their designated assembly points for the mandatory safety briefing. So before fully exploring the cruise, we first got familiar with our room and the important safety instructions on board.
We started looking around and getting familiar with the space. We had booked an interior standard room, and our room was located on deck 4. Even though it was an interior room, it had everything we needed for a comfortable cruise stay. We first checked the bed, which looked neat and cozy, perfect for relaxing after a long day of activities. Then we looked around at the cabinets and storage space, where we could keep our clothes, hand carry bags, and other essentials neatly arranged. We also noticed the safety instruction cards placed inside the room, which gave important information about emergency procedures, life jackets, and what to do when the general alarm is sounded. After that, we checked the washroom facilities, which were compact but clean and well arranged, with the basic amenities needed during the cruise. Overall, the room was simple, comfortable, and practical. Just the right space to rest, freshen up, and get ready before exploring the rest of the ship.
Once the general alarm was sounded, we got ready and headed towards our designated assembly point, as instructed by the crew. At the assembly point, a head count was done to make sure all guests were present. After that, the crew gave us clear instructions on what needed to be done in case of an emergency, including where to assemble and how to follow the safety procedures on board. Once the briefing was completed, we were soon dispersed. After this, we headed straight to the restaurant on deck 10, where snacks had already been arranged for the guests. By this time, most of us were quite famished, as it was almost 3 p.m., and many passengers who had just boarded the cruise had not had lunch yet. So the snacks felt much needed, and it was the perfect way to relax a little after the boarding process, safety briefing, and all the excitement of finally being on the cruise.
Just as we were about to finish our much-needed snacks and coffee, we suddenly noticed something exciting. The landscape outside was slowly starting to move. That is when we realized the ship was finally underway. Without wasting any time, we headed straight outside to witness the beautiful departure from the Cochin shores. It was such a special moment, watching the coastline slowly drift away as the cruise began sailing into the vast open ocean. The excitement became even more real now, because we were officially on our way to the stunning Lakshadweep Islands. With the sea breeze, the open views, and the ship slowly moving forward, this felt like the true beginning of our Cordelia cruise's journey. Once the ship was fully underway, we decided it was the perfect time to start exploring the cruise. With the Cochin shores slowly fading behind us and the vast ocean opening up ahead, the excitement of being on board really started to sink in. We began walking around the ship, checking out the different decks, restaurants, lounges, entertainment areas, and open spaces. Every corner had something interesting to see, and we wanted to get familiar with the cruise so we could enjoy the next few days properly. From the indoor areas to the outdoor decks, the whole ship had a lively holiday atmosphere, and exploring it for the first time made the journey feel even more special.
The name of the ship we booked is called Cordelia Empress, and it has 11 decks with 9 passenger accessible decks, close to 800 cabins, and a guest capacity of close to 2,000 passengers. The ship includes cabins, dining areas, lounges, bars, theater, casino, pool area, spa, fitness center, kids spaces, and entertainment venues. The cruise. We had booked a 3-night, 4-day cruise with a shore excursion at one of the Lakshadweep Islands known as Agadi Island, which is one of the major islands.
We begin our cruise exploration from the top deck. Deck 11, one of the best places to enjoy the open sea views. This deck gives you that perfect cruise feeling. Fresh ocean breeze, wide blue waters, and beautiful views all around. It is a great place to take photos, relax, and enjoy the feeling of being far away from the city. This is also where guests can enjoy outdoor activities like walking around, relaxing under the sky, and spending time near the sports and sun deck areas.
Deck 10 is one of the most active and lively areas of the cruise. This is where you can find the pool area, sun deck, spa, buffet restaurant, and kids' activity spaces. The pool deck is one of the most beautiful places on the ship. It is perfect for relaxing, clicking pictures, enjoying the sea breeze, or simply sitting back and watching the ocean. The ship has a pool area with swimming pools, whirlpools, a bar, and open deck space. This deck also has the food court or buffet restaurant, where guests can enjoy casual dining. This restaurant serves breakfast, lunch, afternoon tea or snacks, and dinner. So this is one of the most important places on board, especially after boarding when everyone is hungry and looking for food. Deck 10 also includes the spa and wellness area, with facilities like beauty salon services, massage rooms, sauna, steam rooms, and changing rooms. For those who want to relax and pamper themselves during the cruise, this is a good place to visit. For families traveling with children, this deck also has the Adventure Ocean Kids area, with themed activities and age-based programs for children and teens. Deck 10 is where the cruise really feels alive. From the pool and open deck views to the buffet, spa, and kids' activity area. This is one of the most visited places on the ship. On Deck 10, the ship also has a rock climbing wall, which is one of the fun adventure-style activities available on board.
Coming down to Deck 9, this deck mainly includes cabin areas and the ship's bridge section. For guests staying on this deck, it is a quieter area compared to the pool deck or entertainment decks. This is where you mostly see cabin corridors, room entrances, and peaceful walking spaces. Since the bridge area is also located around this level, it gives a sense of how large and well organized the ship is. Similarly, Deck 8 is also mostly a cabin area, giving guests a quiet and comfortable space to relax after enjoying the activities around the ship.
Deck 7 continues with more guest cabins. Like Deck 8, this is mainly a residential deck where passengers stay during the cruise.
Deck 9 has a library, while Deck 8 has a card room or game room with lots of puzzles and board games for kids and families. And in Deck 7 has an internet cafe where people can hook on to the internet, which needs to be bought in order to work or for anything else.
Moving to Deck 6 is one of the most interesting entertainment decks on the ship. This deck includes the upper level of the Royal Theatre, where guests can enjoy evening shows, musical performances, acrobatics, comedy acts, magic shows, game shows, and sometimes movie screenings. The theater is one of the main entertainment highlights of the cruise. It also includes areas like lounges, shopping spaces, and casino-related venues. This is the kind of deck where the cruise feels lively in the evening, with guests walking around, attending shows, relaxing in lounges, or enjoying the nightlife atmosphere. Deck 6 is where the entertainment side of the cruise comes alive, from theater shows and lounges to shopping and casino areas. This deck gives the ship a lively evening atmosphere.
Deck 5 is one of the most important public decks because it includes the main lobby area and the lower level of the Royal Theatre. The lobby is usually one of the first indoor areas guests notice after boarding. It gives a grand welcome feeling, with open spaces, stairs, seating areas, and the busy movement of guests exploring the ship. The Royal Theatre continues on this deck as its lower level. It has a seating capacity of around 740 seats and hosts evening shows, singing and dancing performances, acrobatics, tribute acts, magic shows, comedy acts, and game shows. Deck 5 is where we get that grand cruise feeling. The main lobby, theater, dining spaces, casino areas, and the movement of guests make this one of the busiest and most exciting decks.
Deck 4 is special for us because this is where our room was located. This deck includes cabin areas, and it also has the lower level of the main dining room, which is one of the complimentary dining venues on board. Since we stayed on Deck 4, this deck became our base during the cruise. After exploring the ship or attending the safety briefings, eating snacks, or after having either breakfast or lunch or dinner, and also walking around the ship, even after going for the excursions, we could return here to rest, freshen up, and sleep. Deck 3 is another lower cabin deck. It is mostly a quieter passenger area with rooms and access points. As we move lower, the ship becomes quieter, with more cabin areas a perfect place to relax and rest after a full day of cruise activities.
Deck 2 is the deck which has the medical facility and the embarking and disembarking area. Only the medical facility is accessible for the passengers with crew assistance, and the embarking and disembarking area is only accessible when at port or for shore excursions. Overall, Cordelia Cruise is not just about traveling from one port to another. It is a complete floating holiday experience from food, music, entertainment, casino, theater shows, poolside relaxation, spa, shopping, kids' activities, and beautiful ocean views. There is something happening on almost every deck. So that was our deck by Deck Exploration of Cordelia Cruise. From the open top decks and pool area to the restaurants, lounges, theater, casino, lobby, and our cabin on Deck 4, the ship had so much to see and experience. By this time, we were exhausted after a full day of exploring, and it was almost dinner time. We wanted to get something to eat as we were famished, and so headed to the food court on Deck 10, where a well-spread buffet was laid out in front of the travelers and had our fill. After dinner, we headed straight to our room as we had an awesome day ahead of us in Lakshadweep Islands, and was informed we'll be making landfall in the morning. Even though there were many shows going on in the theater and the upper deck, we decided to catch up on all that on the third night as we had the whole day and night at sea.
The next morning, we woke up feeling fresh and excited for the day ahead. After freshening up, we headed to the food court to have breakfast. And while having breakfast, one view immediately caught our attention. Far away on the horizon, we could see a tiny speck of land. Slowly, as the ship moved closer, that little speck started becoming bigger and clearer with every passing moment. Soon, an announcement was made that the ship would be reaching the island within the hour. Guests who had already booked their shore excursions were asked to be ready according to their allotted slots and schedule, which had been handed over to them in their rooms. For those who wanted to book a shore excursion after the cruise was already underway, they had to visit the excursion desk and check for available slots on the previous day itself. However, guests who had booked their excursions in advance were given the first preference to visit the island. As the ship moved closer and the island came into view, we soon came to know that the beautiful island where we would be making landfall was called the Gadi Island. We had our breakfast and then headed to the upper decks to see how the floating piers were brought in by small boats alongside the ship, so people can disembark and embark upon return. The excitement was now at its peak, because after a night of sailing through the ocean, we were finally about to step onto the stunning islands of Lakshadweep.
Soon, it was our turn to disembark for the shore excursion, and the excitement started building up once again. As instructed, we headed towards our designated assembly point, where everyone from our group gathered before going to the island. From there, the crew guided us together as a group towards the disembarkation area. We then made our way down to Deck 2, where the process of getting off the cruise began. From the ship, we stepped carefully onto the floating pier, and from there we boarded the boat that would take us from the cruise to the shore. With the island now clearly visible in front of us, this felt like a special moment, leaving the cruise behind for a while and heading towards the beautiful shores of Agadi Island in Lakshadweep.
Lakshadweep is one of India's most beautiful and peaceful island destinations, located in the Arabian Sea off the coast of Kerala. It is India's smallest union territory and is made up of coral islands, atolls, reefs, lagoons, and shallow turquoise waters. Official Lakshadweep sources describe it as an archipelago with 36 islands. The name Lakshadweep means 100,000 islands, and even though the number is symbolic, the beauty of the place truly feels endless. The islands are known for their clear blue lagoons, white sandy beaches, coconut trees, coral reefs, and calm tropical atmosphere. What makes Lakshadweep special is not just the beaches, but the feeling of being completely away from busy city life. The moment you see the islands from the ship, it feels like a small green paradise floating in the middle of the ocean. The water changes color from deep blue to turquoise, and then to light crystal clear shades as you get closer to the shore. For travelers, Lakshadweep feels like a perfect mix of relaxation, island culture, adventure, and natural beauty. Soon we finally made it to the island, and the excitement of stepping onto Agadi Island was truly special. Once we reached the shore, a car was already waiting for us to take us towards the main beach area. As we drove through the island, we could slowly feel the peaceful island vibe all around us. At the beach area, there were places where we could buy souvenirs and take back a small memory from Lakshadweep. But the real highlight was the beach itself, the clear blue water, soft sand, and calm surroundings made it look absolutely beautiful. The weather was just perfect, not too hot and not too dull, making it ideal for a cool and refreshing dip in the ocean. So after traveling from the cruise to the shore, this was the moment we had been waiting for, to relax, enjoy the beach, get into the water, and experience the beauty of Lakshadweep up close. It is the kind of place where you can simply sit by the beach, enjoy the sound of the waves, take pictures, go for a swim, or explore the quiet island roads. Lakshadweep is truly one of India's hidden island treasures, surrounded by the Arabian Sea. These coral islands are known for their turquoise lagoons, white sandy beaches, coconut trees, and peaceful tropical beauty. The moment we started getting closer, the color of the water changed beautifully, and the island looked like a small paradise slowly appearing on the horizon. Agatti Island is one of the most scenic and accessible islands in Lakshadweep. It is especially important because it has the airport of Lakshadweep, making it one of the main entry points for travelers visiting the islands by air. The official Lakshadweep page mentions that there is an airport on Agatti Island, making it one of the most accessible islands in the region. Agatti is famous for its breathtaking lagoon, clear shallow waters, long beaches, and peaceful island atmosphere. From a distance, it appears like a thin green strip surrounded by bright blue sea. As you get closer, the coconut trees, white sand, and turquoise water slowly come into view, making it a perfect place for photos and videos. The island has a very relaxed and natural charm. It is not filled with tall buildings or heavy traffic. Instead, you see simple island roads, coconut palms, beachside areas, local homes, souvenir spots, and calm stretches of sand and sea. The water around Agatti is one of its biggest highlights. The lagoon is shallow, clear, and refreshing, making it ideal for swimming, beach activities, and water sports. For cruise passengers, reaching Agatti feels very special because after sailing through the ocean, you finally step onto a quiet tropical island with blue water all around. Soon we came to know that the island we were approaching was Agatti Island, one of the most beautiful islands in Lakshadweep. From the cruise, it looked like a small green paradise in the middle of the ocean. As we came closer, we could see the turquoise lagoon, white sandy beach, and coconut trees lining the shore. The whole island had such a peaceful and refreshing vibe.
At the beach, there were plenty of activities for guests to enjoy, depending on the weather, sea conditions, and the shore excursion slots available for the day. The first thing most people enjoyed was simply relaxing by the beach. The clear blue water, soft sand, and peaceful island atmosphere made it a perfect place to sit back, take photos, and enjoy the beauty of Lakshadweep. For those who wanted to get into the water, the beach was perfect for a cool and refreshing swim. The calm lagoon waters around Lakshadweep are known for water sports, swimming, and snorkeling, especially because of the clear, shallow waters and coral surroundings. There were also water activities like kayaking, canoeing, pedal boats, sailboats, windsurfing, snorkeling, and glass bottom boat rides available across Lakshadweep tourist islands. These activities are a great way to enjoy the lagoon and see the beauty of the island from the water. For adventure lovers, activities like snorkeling and scuba diving are among the main highlights of Lakshadweep, as the islands are known for their coral reefs and marine life. Agatti is especially famous for its beautiful lagoon and beach surroundings.
At the beach area, we also came across a lovely souvenir shop that immediately caught our attention. What made this shop special was that many of the items were made from coconut and different parts of the coconut tree. From the tree to the nut itself, they were beautifully using natural materials and turning them into creative souvenirs and decorative pieces. It was really nice to see how they were promoting the idea of reusing unwanted coconut pieces instead of wasting them. Things that might usually be thrown away were transformed into beautiful showpieces, handmade crafts, and small souvenirs that visitors would actually want to buy and take home as a memory of Lakshadweep. The whole concept felt simple, eco-friendly, and meaningful, a beautiful way of showing local creativity, while also making use of natural island resources. Also, there was a beautiful local dance performance being demonstrated for the guests with 2 long poles and bells tied at the end of both poles. The dancers showcased the traditional steps with so much energy and joy, giving everyone a small glimpse into the local culture and island spirit. The atmosphere became very lively, with music playing and guests gathering around to watch. What made it even more special was that the guests were also invited to join in and dance along with them. Many people happily participated, trying out the steps and enjoying the moment together.
And to finish off our island visit, we took a short stroll into the nearby town, exploring the peaceful surroundings and getting a small glimpse of local island life. After walking around for a while, we came back to the beach where we spent more time taking lots of pictures and videos. The beach, the clear water, and the beautiful weather made it the perfect place to capture some unforgettable memories. By then, we were extremely famished, so we decided to have lunch along with plenty of cool drinks to refresh ourselves after spending time under the sun and in the water. Soon, it was time to head back to the jetty point. The cars were already waiting to pick us up and take us back. From there, we boarded the boat that would take us from the island back to the cruise ship. By this time, it was already past 4 p.m., and by around 4:30 p.m., we were back on the ship. After such an exciting and tiring day at Agatti Island, we went straight to our room, took a nice shower, and finally got some well-deserved rest.
Once we woke up after some well-deserved rest, we freshened up and got ready to explore the ship again in the evening. We went to deck 10 where the DJ started pumping up the music and people were dancing and having fun. The cruise had a completely different vibe by this time. The lights were coming on, guests were moving around, and the whole ship felt lively and energetic. We walked around, enjoyed the evening atmosphere, and spent some time taking in the views and the beautiful cruise ambience. Soon it was dinner time, and we headed towards the dining area where delicious food had been served for the guests. After a long and exciting day at Agatti Island, this dinner felt perfect. We enjoyed the food, relaxed for a while, and ended the evening with the peaceful feeling of being back on the cruise, sailing through the ocean.
The next morning, we woke up a little late, as we had the whole day ahead of us to relax and explore the ship. Since this was our last full day on the cruise, the plan was to take things slow, enjoy the cruise experience, explore the decks, do some shopping on board, and later in the evening start packing as we would be disembarking at Mumbai the next day. After freshening up, we headed for breakfast and luckily made it just in time, as they were about to close the buffet service soon. We quickly grabbed something to eat, enjoyed a relaxed breakfast, and then began exploring the ship again. This time, we took it at a much slower pace, walking around the different decks, enjoying the ocean views, checking out the shops, and simply soaking in the final moments of our Cordelia cruise journey.
For lunch, we decided to try the Starlight restaurant, where we enjoyed a relaxed meal in a nice dining setting. It was a good change from the buffet, and the atmosphere felt calm and comfortable as we continued enjoying our last full day on the cruise. Later in the evening, for dinner, we tried Chopsticks restaurant. The food there had a different flavor and experience, giving us another nice dining option to explore on board. One thing we really liked about the cruise was that there were different places to eat. So every meal felt slightly different, from breakfast at the buffet to lunch at Starlight Restaurant and dinner at Chopsticks. We got to enjoy a variety of food experiences during our Cordelia cruise journey.
Later in the evening, we made our way to the Marquee Theater to watch one of the onboard shows. The theater had a lively atmosphere with guests gathering in to enjoy the performance. It was a nice way to experience the entertainment side of the cruise and spend the evening watching a show at sea. After the show, the energy continued as we headed up to deck 10 and hit the dance floor. With music playing, guests dancing, and the cruise lights all around, the whole deck had a fun and festive vibe. It was the perfect way to enjoy our last evening on the cruise. First with a show at the Marquee Theater, and then ending the night with music, dancing, and lots of cruise memories on deck 10.
After spending some time on the dance floor, enjoying the music, and watching everyone dance the night away, we came down to do some shopping on the cruise. Before starting our shopping, we had to do a currency exchange and add the money as dollars to our room card. This card was very important during the cruise as it acted as our room key, identity card, and payment card throughout the journey. Once the money was loaded onto the card, we started our little shopping spree, picking up a few things as memories from the cruise. Soon, with the shopping done, it was time to head back to our room and start packing. We were informed that the luggage had to be packed and kept ready by morning, as the crew would come and collect it from outside the room. Later, after we disembarked at the port and completed all the formalities, the luggage would be handed back to us. So with our last night on the cruise coming to an end, we returned to our room, packed our bags, and slowly prepared ourselves for the final part of our Cordelia cruise's journey.
The next morning, we woke up early, as we wanted to be ready to watch the sunrise and catch the first glimpse of Mumbai slowly appearing on the horizon. As the ship moved closer, the coastline started becoming clearer, and we knew that very soon we would be making port at Mumbai. It was a beautiful and emotional moment, because this also meant that our Cordelia Cruises journey was coming to an end. After enjoying the morning views, we headed for breakfast and then returned to our room to do one final check and make sure nothing was left behind. Soon, the crew arrived to collect our luggage as planned. After that, we waited for our turn to disembark, and within about an hour, we had stepped off the cruise and completed all the required formalities at the port. Once everything was done, it was finally time to bid adieu to the cruise. With our bags collected, our hearts full of memories, and a lifetime of joy and experience from this beautiful journey, we headed straight to the airport for our return journey back home.
And with that, we have come to the end of our beautiful Cordelia cruise journey. From starting our trip from Bangalore, reaching Cochin, boarding the cruise, exploring the ship, visiting the stunning Lakshadweep Islands, enjoying the food, shows, shopping, dance floor, ocean views, and finally disembarking at Mumbai, this journey has truly been filled with unforgettable memories. It was an amazing experience at sea, and we are taking back so many beautiful moments from this trip. I hope you enjoyed watching this Cordelia cruise travel journey with us. If you liked this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more travel videos, experiences, and travel tips. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.